Hello, beautiful people. Welcome back to Cole's Christmas Countdown Day 22. We are so close to the finish line. Sam is so pleased to hear that because he is fed up of editing and listening to my voice. But what can you do? I do hope you guys are still enjoying all the daily uploads. Today it's time for my 2024 makeup favourites. Everything here is something I've either purchased in 2020. Well, everything is I've purchased them in 2024. Some are new launches, some of them are just new to me. Quick sidebar, I haven't included any eyeshadow palettes because I did my 2024 eyeshadow palette ranking and talked about all my favourites in there, so I didn't want to put them in this video as well. I'm going to leave that down below. I rank them into categories and then I give you my top 3 palettes of the year in that one. So here we've got all sorts. We've got face, we've got cheeks, we've got lips, and then we've got some kind of more fun eye bits, if that makes sense. So, without further ado, let's dive straight into it. We're going to start with primer. I've got one primer this year. It's the iconic Underglow Blurring Primer. I really enjoy this. If you want a hydrating but still smoothing primer, if you want it to have a little bit of glow, this is just one of those perfect, kind of does it all products. It's gives your skin like the slightest sheen, but it really blurs, but it still does add like a good amount of hydration. It has got like a pipette, which I do not love, but it is a really beautiful product and I've honestly never heard anybody talk about it. I just picked it up on a whim. This might have been a 2023 purchase actually. I might have just lied to you, but I think I picked it up on a whim and I really enjoy it. Foundations, I'm going to speed through nice and quick because I did mention these in my foundation ranking. So my favourite of the year has been the Makeup Forever HD Skin Hydra Glow. Beautiful, glowy, dewy, love. Second place was the Huda Easy Blur Natural Airbrush Foundation. So nice. It's like a matte, but it's kind of, it's like a satin finish, I would say, but a lot more matte than I usually go for, but I really like this one. I knew I would enjoy this one because I love the faux filter, even though I'm not a matte foundation girly. And then my third one was the Fenty Beauty Soft Lit Naturally Luminous Foundation. This is what I'm wearing today. It just looks hydrating, it looks glowy, it looks great. I've not really picked up much concealer-wise this year, but these are my top 2. The Danessa Myricks Yummy Skin Lift and Flex Concealer. I really enjoyed this one. It's very hydrating, so it's beautifully under the eyes. Love that. And then I haven't got 2, I've got 3. The MAC Studio Radiance 24-Hour Luminous Lift Concealer. This is glowy, this is high coverage, this is just gorgeous. Dewy, but sets really nicely. I really like this one and I really love this massive doe foot applicator. And then the third one is our first drugstore product, a very budget one. This is a 17 Second Skin Enhancing Concealer. This is not one I would go for if I wanted very high coverage, but for like a light everyday coverage, perhaps pairing it with a skin tint, I've really been enjoying this one. It's lovely, dewy, incredible, and I think it's about £3. So and a really amazing drugstore product there. Ooh, the sun is coming out, which I'm glad about because it's literally been like the most horrific weather here. Genuinely thought we were going to wake up and there'd be no ceiling on the flat anymore. Right, okay, let's do bronzer, blush and highlighter. First off, a cream bronzer. This is the Too Faced Melting Bronzing and Sculpting Stick in the shade Chocolate Mousse. This is a beautiful, cool toned brown. I absolutely love it. It smells incredible. It smells like chocolate orangey, kind of truffly. Oh, it smells insane. I absolutely love that. But it just looks really beautiful. It's not too pigmented. It blends really beautifully, settles into the skin so nicely, not heavy, not too much. Beautiful, and it can be built up. And they do this in like 4 or 5 shades, I think. Then I wanted to mention the NYX Buttermilk Bronzer. This is Butter Biscuit. I've really enjoyed this formula this year. This is a very like red toned bronzer. In the summer, I do like a very, very red toned bronzer. Like Bobbi Brown Medium is one of my favourite like pinky red bronzers. But what I love about this the most is the formula. It's such an interesting formula. It's like a very powdery cream, which then transforms to a powder on the skin. It's so interesting, and I just think this is a really beautiful product. Feels very, very much more high-end than it is. And then last for bronzer, this is the Giorgio Armani Luminous Silk Bronzing Powder. This has been my go-to like sheeny, shimmery bronzer all year. This is the shade 100. I probably could have gone one darker. Shade range is not great, but if you do fit into it, this is a beautiful, like luminous, bronzy shade. It's got a tiny little bit of like a gold sheen in it, and the pan is absolutely massive. I really like this one. It's not cheap, but when you think about how much product you get, it's a really great deal. Okay, blush. Another of the Buttermilk products. This is NYX Buttermilk Blush in You Know Butter. Now, these are insanely pigmented. You have to be super duper 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 careful with them. But this shade is gorgeous. This, to me, is like a darker pink version of NARS Orgasm. It's a beautiful, like, bright pink with a gold sheen. That same kind of strange formula as the bronzer. I really, really like these. I would highly, highly recommend these. I've actually got 3, but this one is definitely my favourite shade. Okay, couple of liquid cream blushes. Nude Stick Stacks in Melon Sugar. I don't love the fact that these don't have the best shade range. Like none of these work on darker skin, but for me, I just wore this so much in the summer. I really love the formula. It's slightly thicker than the normal Nude Sticks formula, like in the stick, but I really, really enjoy it. I really love the packaging. Love that you can see the colour. Love that it's magnetic. Yeah, I really, really do like this one. I just wish they would make better shades, basically. This one is new. It's from Maybelline. This is the Sun Kisser Blush in number 2, Uptown Glow. I wore the heck out of this in the summer. It's like a peachy shade with a golden glow to it. So beautiful. I wore this one so much. It's just a really, really stunning peach shade. And I wore that a lot in the summer. A really great formula. They're really blendable. They just go on so nicely. And even though they're kind of that sheeny kind of product, they don't like cling to any pores or emphasize anything. And then the last cream blush is Huda Beauty Blush Filter in Strawberry Cream. I love these. I was kind of surprised how much I did love them. It was just like one of those, well, everybody's talking about them, so I'll give it a try. But this is beautiful. They're like a matte blush. They're very, very pigmented. A little goes a long way. But this shade is just so stunning. It just looks so beautiful on the skin. And lasts incredibly well. Like this paired with the Huda, I've just dropped it on the floor. Easy Blur, these two, makeup's going nowhere, let me tell you. And then I did pick out one powder blush. This is the Kosas Blushes Life in Hype. This is a beautiful shade. This formula is just stunning. It's like mostly matte, but it's got an ever so slight like satinness to it, but doesn't look sparkly. These are just gorgeous, and I did buy the Christmas set with the 3 mini ones in, and I also am obsessed with those, so I love that one. Right, okay, highlighters. This one from Odin's Eye sort of got me to fall back in love with highlighter a little bit. I'd not been wearing it a lot, but this is a Solmana Sunlight Love Blush in Star Legend. This is the most incredible, like, pinky highlighter. It's really sparkly, it's really beautiful. It's not one for if you like a natural highlighter, but it kind of made me realise what I loved about highlighter. So I really, really love that. And then we've got Rare Beauty Mesmerise highlighter. This is more of kind of a pinky shade, which for me is more of a blush topper. It's a little bit dark for my skin to just use it as a highlighter, but it makes an absolutely stunning blush topper. Pop it over like a basic matte blush and it just looks so gorgeous. It's that perfect kind of rosy glow. Right, let's do some kind of eye bits and bobs. These are all just kind of random single kind of products. So, the P. Louise Glisten to Your Heart glitter liners. I am so impressed with these. The first time we got one in a budget box, I was excited, but then I tried it and I was like, oh my God, it's beautiful. These are the most kind of consistently glitter-packed glitter liners I've ever tried. There's just no kind of sparseness to the glitter particles, and they do have a little bit of a base as well, which means they're very, very easy to build up and do like a strong wing with. This is Inner Calling, which is my favourite. It's like a rose gold with silver shimmer in it. Absolutely gorgeous. And then I did also want to mention these. These are the Half Magic Beauty Glitter Pills. This one is Microcosm and this one is Sweet Prince. Microcosm is the most incredible, like, holographic glitter. These are very, very well packed with glitter, but the base is transparent. So they take a little bit more building up than the P. Louise ones, but so worth it. The effect of them is just absolutely gorgeous. And these last really, really well. No kind of glitter flaking, which is a problem I have a lot with glitter liners. Now this one is kind of representative of this whole range. This is a Karla Cosmetics Opal Multichrome Pigment. This is the shade Beauty Sleep, which is definitely my favourite, but I've absolutely fallen in love with the Karla Cosmetics pigments over the past 12 months. This is like a beautiful, I don't know whether you'll be able to see that on camera. It's like a white base with like a pink and a peach kind of reflect. These build beautifully, so you can get like a really opaque colour, but I also love using them like really sheared out, just for like that slight pop of glitter. And then a very, very opaque shimmer. These are the Seven Wonders shadows from Pastel Roses. This specific colour is Celestial Glow, which I've been using a lot lately, so much so it's kind of falling apart. This is the most beautiful, like slightly blue toned white shimmer. It's gorgeous. I don't know whether you can see that. This lighting is mad. But absolutely gorgeous. I've used this so much. If I don't hit pan on this one in 2025, I'll be very, very surprised. Right, okay, all we have left is lips. I'm going to start with my one true lip love, my obsession at the moment, the Make Up For Ever Artist Colour Pencils. This one in particular is Boundless Berry, which is actually the one I'm wearing today, made by Mitchell Extra Cream. These lip liners, well technically they're also eyeliners, are incredible. I have tried the ones that are marketed as lip liners as well this year, but for me, I prefer these. They're creamy, they are so easy to work with. The shades are really like trendy shades, despite the fact they've been out forever. I love pairing this one with a very, very light nude like I have today. I love pairing Versatile Chestnut with a very, very pale nude. I've used these so much this year, and I now need to get any of the other shades that Sephora UK sells, and then I need to figure out how to get the rest of them. Also for lip liners, absolute favourite budget lip liner. These are the MUA Intense Colour lip liners. For a start, these are huge. A beautiful, really creamy, really comfortable lip liner. I very much enjoy them. Super nude is great if you want to do real concealer lips, like both very light nudes. Love those. And then I did also pull out, I will mention these now, the Satin Sheen Lip Stilos from MUA. So I do have the Super Nude shade as well in the Stilo. These are like a creamy satin lipstick. They're just absolutely beautiful, so easy to wear, so easy to throw on, but incredibly pigmented and really, really last well, considering they're like a creamy formula. This shade is Romance, I think. Yeah, this is Romance. I wore this so much in the summer because it's that perfect kind of pinky coral shade. Last lip liner, this is the Kosas Hot Liner Hyaluronic Acid Contouring Lip Liner in Mega. This is the perfect lip liner for me because it's the exact same colour as my lips. So it's just a great like everyday one to chuck on under a gloss. I've worn it a lot this year. Okay, glossy business. NYX Duck Plump lip glosses. This one is Mauve Out of My Way. I do have a teeny tiny bit of this on today on top of my lip combo. These are spicy, like hella spicy. If you don't like plumping lip glosses, you're going to hate these. But if you love a plumping lip gloss, these are beautiful. They're very, very highly pigmented. They come with a great, nice, massive doe foot, which I personally love. Awesome, awesome formula. We've got the Kosas Wet Lip Oil in Exposed. This shade is just beautiful. This one is definitely more in it for the shade than anything, because I did do a massive lip oil ranking and there was other formulas that I preferred, but this is the most beautiful clear with like a pinky shimmer in it. I've worn this so much this year. It's just beautiful basically over every lip combo ever. It looks amazing over a red, a black, a nude. Just love it. And then a very basic one that I've worn a lot just kind of as a chuck on product. This is Bare Minerals Mineralist Lip Gloss Balm in Heart. Very, very comfortable on the lips. Perfect for just kind of throwing on. Doesn't need a lip liner if you can't be bothered doing one. Just a great all-round formula, not sticky. Very, very comfortable. Lasts a surprisingly long time for a gloss. Really like that one. And then I've got 4 lipstick formulas to mention. These are more just a kind of view of the shade rather than the actual shade. Made by Mitchell Matitude. I know I slated a lot of his products in my disappointing products, but these have been one of my favourites of the year. This is a Shy Girl, which is like a gorgeous peachy nude. I'm actually wearing Extra Cream today, which is the one that's basically like a concealer. I love this formula. It's so comfortable, but it does still look matte. It's really long wearing. It's brilliant, and they're £12. They're just an absolute bargain. Like I said, I might have slated a lot of what Made by Mitchell's done this year, but there has been some hits as well. Just an honourable mention to their like liquid glitter liners. I think they're called the Make Your Mark liners. I really like those as well. Lisa Eldridge Velvet Blush Lightly Lipstick. Oh, why did it take me so long to try these? Like, why did it take me so long? I've run out of space completely on my hand. This shade is incredible. This formula is so smooth, so nourishing while still looking like velvet. It's the craziest thing I've ever experienced. This is the only shade I currently own. It will not be the only shade I own by the end of 2025, I'll tell you that. And then finally, MAC have really impressed me with both the reformulations of the lipsticks. This is Myth, which is one of the sleek satin lipsticks. Obsessed with this shade currently as well because it's like a concealer lip shade. That is Myth. The sleek satins are beautiful. They're kind of a perfect mix between the satin finish and the amplified finish. They're very, very high pigment like the satins were, but they're also a lot more comfortable like the amplifieds, but they don't move about. They last a bit longer like the satins. So I think they've done a beautiful job of like combining those two formulas. And then this is the matte. Ooh! This is the Maximal matte lipstick. This is Keep Dreamin', one of my favourite shades again of the year, but I have got multiple shades of both of these, sorry. This is the shade here. These are no longer that kind of very dry, draggy formula that you feel like you really have to work into the lips. They're a much more comfortable matte while still looking super matte like they used to do. A really, really great formula. I very, very much enjoy this reformula. I think this is one of the best matte lipsticks out there. I actually still do think I'd put the Made by Mitchell ones above them though, which is very interesting. So that is it for my 2024 favourites. I do hope you did enjoy this video. If you did, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. If you'd like to see more from me, hit subscribe. And if you want to make sure you never miss another video, hit the bell icon and YouTube will notify you next time I post. I will see you all tomorrow for Cole's Christmas Countdown Day 23. Have a wonderful day and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye!